You know what? Howie Roseman continued to do the deal. He continued to do it. He just bought back CJ Gardner Johnson. Or should I say, yeah, CJ Gardner Johnson. He just bought him back on a 3-year deal, 33 million, $11 million guaranteed per year. Now, this is the money that he was looking for last year before the Eagles decided to give him a 3-year deal that was kind of backloaded in the second and third year of the 3-year contract because see he was forced to leave, or better yet, he wasn't forced. But what it was, his agent gave him a contract with the Detroit Lions for 8 million for one season. Now he did get hurt in the in playing against Detroit. I think it was week 2 of the season. He had a torn pectoral muscle in his leg or knee, somewhere along up in there. But he did come back later into the season and wound up winning and helping them the Detroit Lions get to the playoffs. Now, the Detroit Lions could have franchise tagged him. They could have, but they didn't. So they left him available for the free agency, and I think Detroit didn't have no plans of bringing him back because of his injury history. But I think if he had played a full season, the line probably would have offered him another deal. So in so many ways, it worked out better for us, and then again, it worked out against us because of last season prior to this season coming up. 33 million is not bad. That's not bad for a 3-year deal. I was surprised he pulled this off. Howie. But now word is he's working to get Justin Simmons, former Denver Broncos safety that was released a week ago, and this is a guy who Detroit, I mean, not Detroit, I mean, Simmons worked under Vic Fangio defense a few years ago. We had back-to-back Pro Bowl seasons with the Denver Broncos, and for some odd reason he got injured the year he got injured the year before last season ended, and so that's one of the reasons why the Broncos decided to release him because I think he was scheduled to make about now 10 million or somewhere along in that price range for the Broncos. So the Broncos come loot to save on salary cap, and he also released other players along the way. But those players I won't mention. Only Justin Simmons, from what I've been told, the Eagles are working with him now to see if they can get him signed. So that let me know right there if the Eagles get these two signed, that means that the Eagles are looking at linebacker in the NFL draft coming up. That's what they're gonna be viewing. Cause I thought they were gonna bring in a linebacker that worked under Vic Fangio's scheme, but the Eagles had their eyes on that linebacker from Miami, but the Miami Dolphins wound up signing him to a long-term deal. So that made so the Eagles weren't able to get him because I think the Eagles were actually eyeing him in general, but that kind of killed the whole deal, which may have led to the reason why the Eagles bringing in CJ Johnson. Because see, one thing about it, when you go after a free agent and a team that an opposing team that the player left or became a free agent firm, that team had the ability to work out a new deal to keep opposing team from getting him, and that's what the Miami Dolphins did. So now I left the Eagles to sign CJ Johnson back, which I'm actually glad they did because it was speculated anyway that the Eagles are looking at him and bringing him back. So at first it was all a rumor. Now he's back on the 3-year deal, and the money I've already mentioned, so I ain't got to bring the money back up to you guys anymore. But man, this is a guy who talked a lot of trash to the Eagles fans last season after not being re-signed because he was looking for a big payday. But we all know that last season was not the year for safety because Jonathan Bates, from former Bengals safety who went to Atlanta on a 3-year deal, 3 or 4 years, somewhere along there, and he making like 10 million a year. So now CJ Garner is now topping Jonathan Bates' contract. And so he gonna make 11 million a year, which is not bad. But now I want to know though. I know it gotta be somewhere north of 20 million for the season. Signing ball 20 million for the season. I'm thinking somewhere longer than that. Probably 22 million of the 33-year contract. Probably 22 million. So if that is true, That means that he's gonna make 11 million this season, 11 million next season, and 11 million the last final year of the contract. And Eagles could rework his contract for the final year of that deal, which is what might happen. Cause the one thing about them 3-year deals, teams can be working and add more years to it, or sweeten the deal by shortening it and give you more money up front on a 1-year basis. That's what Egan could do in the final year of his contract. But we'll see how that works. But right now, it's good to have this man back. But the simple fact is, now the Eagles are working on their cornerback safety duo, because we do got Clay on one side and Bradbury on the other side, or should I say Badberry, because the guy played horribly last season. He got picked on tremendously because he was out of position all year long, and then teams caught on to it, and he got picked on latter part of the season. Now, don't get me wrong, the beginning of the season, teams were picking on him, and he kind of backed off because the Eagles' front four was getting to the quarterback. Now, after the 49ers game, the opposing teams figured it out. They then started blocking players one-on-one and exposed Bradbury, and he got picked on a lot. I think he had like 25 or 30 some targets for like maybe 400 yards last season, and I think 3 or 4 scores. And when you look at it, he was picked on tremendously last season. So, can Vic Fangio fit this team? In time, we'll see. But I know that having this guy back is a tremendous help. Now, as far as Simmons goes, I'm kind of iffy on him because he's an older player. I think Simmons is 30 years old. He's older, and I really don't want no older. I really don't want no more older players on this team. But if Justin Simmons is the only guy that the Eagles can look at who visualizes Fangio's scheme, how the way it's run, and so be it. But I would prefer a linebacker in the free agency market. So the Eagles did not pick no linebacker in the free agency market. So let me know that they would be going after a linebacker or two in the first day, or maybe the second day of the draft. More likely the second day of the draft and down. Because I don't think the Eagles going to draft the linebacker with the first pick overall. They could go defensive lineman because we had 2 players retired. But that's another story. So we'll see how that works. But I do know this man being back is a blessing in disguise. He do have to apologize to the Eagle fan base when the Eagles bring him into the in the NovaCare complex podium for him to talk to the media. He gotta apologize. He gotta take back everything he said. You know what I'm saying? But right now, some fans, they wasn't worried about it, and some of us was. But overall, in perspective, having this man back, like I said, it's a blessing. I'm glad he is back. So I will say, welcome back, CJ Gardner-Johnson. Glad to have you back. You were back on a 3-year deal, 33 million, 11 million per season. But I'm thinking 20-some million guaranteed. I'm thinking that's how that's working out. But I could be wrong, but I do know I did read it was 11 million per season, but I didn't get the signing bonus, or how they put it, the guarantees. So it probably 20-something guaranteed, which breaks down to 11 million per season. But we'll see how that works out. But he did get the money. He got the money that he asked for. He wanted the money. He wanted the kind of money last year, but now he got it, and that's all good news. Now he just got to get back healthy because like I said, he came back later in the playoff game, Detroit first playoff game in many years. He came back, so now he's out. He'll be back for the Eagles, and he's kind of healthy, but not healthy all the way. But he will be back to the training camp and be ready to roll, healthy. And this is your boy, the Almighty Green Talons, letting you know again, $33 million, 3-year contract, 11 million per year, but I think the guaranteed is 20-some million. And I'm out of here. Peace out. Enjoy your Tuesday.